Hey guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It is time for Thriller Thursday. So this week I chose The Institute by Stephen King. And you're probably thinking, Stephen King? Doesn't he write horror? He does write horror, but he writes a lot of other different genres, including thriller. And I feel like The Institute is more a thriller than anything else. So I figured it would be a good book for this Thriller Thursday. I think this came out in 2020. I think it was his 2020 release. Nope, 2019. This was his 2019 release. So anyway, in this book we are following Luke Ellis. Luke is knocked out, taken from his home. His parents are murdered, and he is sent to the Institute. Luke wakes up in his room, minus the window, because it is inside the Institute. And outside of his rooms are many, many doors of other kids that are there. Most of these kids, all of these kids have some kind of telekinetic power, whether it's telekinesis or telepathy. And of course, Luke is among them. We're mostly following Luke through this story, but we got 5 other kids that we're following. We've got Kalisha, George, Nick, Avery, let's see, who did I miss? Oh, and Iris. These 5 kids are the kids that he kind of befriends while he's here in the Institute. And they're trying to figure out what's going on. Now, in the Institute, when you first get there, you're in the front half. You do gradually graduate to the back half. And Kalisha would always say it's like the Roach Motel. You check in, but you don't check out. He starts to see these kids graduating to the back half, and now Luke is getting a little worried and desperate. He wants to get out of the Institute before they end up in the back half. But the rule goes, nobody leaves the Institute. Also, you got Mrs. Sigsbee is one of the main caretakers here of the children, and her staff. They offer tokens to these kids as long as these kids go along with everything they're told to do. Whether they're being tested or doing exams or whatever. If they go along with it, they get tokens. And these tokens can be used in all these amazing vending machines around the Institute. That they can use the tokens and get whatever they want out of them. If they don't go along with it, then it's pretty brutal punishment. That's pretty much what the story is. It's these kids fight to get out of the Institute because it is not a nice place, and try to put a stop to what's going on. This book was one of King's more fluid books. Now, I know, a lot of people think that King is kind of wordy, and I agree, he can get wordy in a lot of his books. But I feel like he takes that time to set up his plot and the universe that we're in. And his character development is my favorite part of King's writing, because I feel like he can just really build a great character. So it was fluid. This one was very fluid. I liked the plot, and I liked the relationship the kids formed with one another in this book. I definitely feel like this is worth a read. I believe this was a 5-star rating for me. The font in the book was fantastic, so it was easy to read that way as well. So don't let the idea of horror put you off from Stephen King, because he writes a lot of different genres: thriller, horror, mystery, fantasy. He's got a few fantasy books, but he really is a good writer, and I really enjoyed this book by him. So give it a shot, check it out. If you have read this book, let me know what your thoughts were of this book down below in the comments. I'd really appreciate whatever you guys have to say about your thoughts on this book. Also remember that if you have a book you would like for me to try out and give my thoughts on, let me know that also in the comments. But that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.